Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. We are from group 4 are going to present about some young food with my group members Qurratul Ain, Sulaiha, Muhammad Naim, Putri Balqisyah, and my name is Siti Liyana. I will start with the background company.
Okay, Samyang has founded in 1961, has walked the same route for over 50 years, pursuing honesty and trust. And then most Koreans had to tighten their belts in the 1960s since the only staples, rice and mixed grains were scarce. The effort of Samyang food to alleviate the food shortage resulted in the creations of Korea's first ramen, Samyang ramen in 1963, and in Korea, ramen has become the second most popular dish. Samyang food employ high quality natural ingredients to produce high quality cuisine with distinct flavors as well as outstanding meals with traditional Korean characteristic. Samyang Farm supplies fresh beef and meat from a large farm at Daegwalyeong in Gangwon-do. By being certified by recognized foreign officers as well as domestic one, HACCCP, Samyang Food has built a rigorous quality management system so that consumers may trust its product. The Wonju plant is Samyang Food first plant, and it makes ramen, snacks and soy sauce. Since its inception in 1989, the plant has produced over 50 different types of excellent food products that are safe, tasty and nutritious, earning ISO 22000, HACCP and Halal certifications as a result of the installations of cutting-edge automated facilities with the goal of producing safe and sanitary foods. Instant noodles are not only inexpensive, tasty, storable and simply to prepare, but they also serve an important part in our daily life. Okay, so when Samyang good first started being sold in Malaysia, there was some incorrect information about the transparency of the Halal company used in the Samyang noodles manufacturing due to the lack of suitable channels which customer can learn about Samyang products. Okay, this problem actually has made decreasing sales of Samyang food products in Malaysia. According to the industry, Samyang food has had a slow growth rate in the Malaysia market for over 2 years. It used to expand at continuous rate for over 10%, but now it's only grows at a rate of less than 5%. Another factor that contributes to lower sales is a poor assortment. Only a few stores such as Jaya Grocer and Aeon sell Samyang items. Customers will find it difficult to find the products in ordinary or neighboring retailers because of this. When a customer walks into a business and cannot locate what they are searching for, it produces a bad shopping experience for them and may result in sales being lost because Samyang product is actually limited in Malaysia. Okay, the marketing price for Samyang items is the last issue that may be discovered. In the drop in sales, in essence, a high price can maximize a short-term profit, whereas a low price can maximize long-term profit by attracting more customers and assisting the business in gaining a market share. So the price of a single pack Samyang in Malaysia is ranged from RM18 to RM25 for a large pack of 5 packs. Okay, a price change on a price sensitive product is critical as it will establish how responsive demand is to price fluctuations. It can maximize sales and margins at the maximum price consumers are willing to pay by experimenting with pricing methods.
My name is Putri Balqisyah binti Tupan. My metric number DHM191041, and I will continue with this presentation to my part, which is the methodology and data analysis. So in order to complete our research, we did a survey to the public, which we were using the Google form and distribute or share that Google form to the public by our WhatsApp and our social media. So basically, we followed the guideline whereby we only need 30 people to fill the Google form. In the Google form, we stated 10 questions about our research. Then we were also given the Google form to the people range age from teenagers until senior citizen. And basically, we collect the people to fill this Google form is actually the people who have already consumed one of the product Samyang Food Malaysia in the last 2 months or last year. So the objective of we conduct this survey on 21st of September 2021 is actually, as we can see in the slide, to know the factors contribute to the decreasing sales in products Samyang Food in Malaysia. The result of the Google Form survey will be shown in the data analysis that will be explained after this. Alright, after we conduct this survey by using Google Form, we collect all the data by using quantitative measurement, which the data that count using numbers. Basically, here in data, we use the number of percentage. So the data that we collect are actually the highest number of main factors that contribute to the problem of decreasing sales in Samyang Food Company. The diagram 1 shown, we stated in the question, do you trust the food manufacturer of the food product? Then 60% of 30 people, they actually do not trust food manufacturer of the product. Furthermore, we found that actually 60% of them are from adult to senior citizen, and another 40% they trust the manufacturer. Next, in the diagram 2, is the question we stated, are you sure the food product is safe for consumption? And we found out that 86.7% of them thought that this food product is not safe for consumption. Therefore, they did not buy the food product at all these days. Besides, another 13%, they believe the food product is safe for consumption. In addition, among all the questions given, the diagram 2 is actually the highest number, or we can say the main reason of why they did not buy the Samyang food product these days. So that is all from me. I will pass it to the next presenter. And thank you, Fandom, for lending me your ears for a while. Have a good day, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Right, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Nazri. I'm going to explain actually about the fishbone diagram. So for the fishbone diagram, I will divide it into 6 parts, which is manufacture, storage, labeling, manpower, methods, and distributions, which is makes the point of decreasing of sale. Okay, so for the manufacture categories, there is actually a slow maintenance for the machine, so they will affect of the productions. Okay, because less product is being produced, so not the supply is decreasing, but the demand is increased. Okay, and for the manpower, for the Samyang there is not enough which is, we can call it as inexperienced workers, which is they maybe not into food and beverages industry, but then they just get into. Okay, and then the second one is also for the maintenance for the workers, which is maybe for the trainee or trainer or any other course which is related to the food and beverages, maybe their skills or maybe their knowledge about the hygiene and anything. And for the storage, we need to know that environment is very important for the storage of the product. So yeah, especially for the halal distribution, so we need to separate with non-halal product, because we don't want to get involved to any cross contaminations. So that's why the storage maybe take longer, and it may become a point of view, not point of view, it's like a point why the Samyang companies their sales is going down. Okay, and for the methods is analytical procedure and also sampling. Okay, so for the methods, they need to know very effectively how they want to what product they want to use, what the preservative that they need to use, because we want to distribute in Muslims country, so they need to make a very good research about the halal. So maybe it takes time, but it's not too long, but then it's kinda okay. And for the labeling, okay, for the labeling, as we know that before, there is two problems, which is maybe one which is halal, but they label it as non-halal, okay, and the other one is opposite. Okay, so this is a very confusing part. So in this categories, we need to ensure very sure for our product or labeling is correct and follow the guideline. Okay, and for the confusing part is because the Muslims doesn't know, maybe okay, some of Malaysian know how to read Korean language, but then most of Malaysian don't know. So if the labeling use the Korean language, so it can be a confusing things for the Malaysian. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. And for the last one is for the distribution. Okay, insufficient transport. Okay, so the insufficient transport is maybe about the if you want to use the cargo, maybe the cargo will take a long time. Okay, but if you want to get a cargo or shipping by aircraft, maybe it takes a lot of money. Okay, yeah, is a very good point for to settle this now. I think that's all from this fishbone diagram. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Qurratul Ain DHM191041. My metric number is DHM191041, and I will talk about my part, which is the discussion result of the potential Malaysian instant noodles market for Samyang food. The potential Malaysian instant noodles market for Samyang foods. So the Malaysian instant noodle markets actually offer possibilities for instant noodle market expansion as the rising nation with the world's highest instant noodle consumption. Malaysia was actually the top instant noodle consumers in 2017, according to the World Instant Noodle Association, which is WINA, with 1.3 billion servings. And according to a Kanta World Panel 2016 poll, practically all Malaysians actually buy 2 to 3 package of Maggi, which is the most popular instant noodle brand in Malaysia, every month on average. And the popularity of instant noodles in Malaysia has been elevated by a Malaysian local entrepreneur. And the home kitchen tilt to more commercially inclined cooking spaces aside from instant noodles. And in Malaysia, instant noodles is actually now available on the menus of the cafes and street side shops such as warung, and each of the business has actually have their own unique style of serving the instant noodles, such as combining it with an egg or spiciness. And it is worth noticing how popular instant noodles have become in Malaysia, to the point that they have been blended with the fashionable foods. And in this scenario, Samyang Foods, which is the maker of Samyang instant noodles, which has entered the Malaysian instant noodle market with their popular buldak spicy chicken ramen, and also known as buldak bokumyeon. And Malaysia is a country with a high level of uncertainty avoidance will actually place a premium on the issue of trust, because when it comes to buying some things, Malaysians are actually a brand loyal lah. They will seek for the well-known product of instant noodles. So this situation actually precisely describe a high uncertainty avoidance culture in which people are less inclined to take the risk because of their hesitation. Once they trust a brand, and they will remain loyal to that brand indefinitely. And to those who have a high level of uncertainty avoidance are also less likely to try new products or services, even if they intend to utilize the products or services again. And Malaysians consumer have the ability to be the loyal customers in this situation. Customers' loyalty actually can be defined as a customer who is deeply committed to repurchasing a chosen product or service in the future. So despite the fact that switching preference is a condition, so this type of action actually will benefit those business that are able to gain the trust of Malaysians. Then, according to Kantar, Maggi is a ranked top because it is one of the most popular instant noodle brands in Malaysia, such as Maggi curry, the Maggi that we eat almost every day. And Maggi is actually the most popular brand among Malaysians, and we all know it. And it is actually has held this position for quite some times. Then, although Malaysia has the most volatile instant noodle industry in the world, that does not mean Samyang Foods will have an easy time to enter our market. And also, apart from the halal mark on Samyang instant noodles, Samyang Foods actually should remember that Malaysia also has its own reliable instant noodle brand, which is Maggi by Nestle. It is actually a product that has been around for a long time and also has a loyal following consumer. So in the instance of Maggi, Malaysia can be brought in as a high uncertainty avoidance society. Malaysians are desired to be trusted, and they will repay the trust with loyalty if they are able to obtain it. And this implies that as Samyang Food expands its company in Malaysia, the company must work hard to earn Malaysians' consumer faith in their goods. And furthermore, following the halal status event, Samyang Foods must most essentially goal is to emphasize the trust of Malaysians. So apart from the aforementioned issue, Samyang Foods also should be able to determine the flavors that Malaysians want and be able to integrate them without losing their product's specialty, as this is what attracts both international and Malaysian customers. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulaiha binti Ahmad. My metric number is DHM191041. So today I will present the conclusion of this research. So as we know, Malaysia is Islam country, so meaning that some of the people will put a high consideration regarding the halal food. Meanwhile, South Korea, where the Samyang instant noodle food originated from, is a non-religion affiliated country. So These conditions show that Malaysia and South Korea have a difference in their cultural dimension, so especially in the religion aspect. This difference lead to the emerged problem of whether Samyang instant noodle is safe to consume or not for Malaysian Muslim. The questioning status of halal on Samyang instant noodle, Indonesian people indicate that Indonesia is categorized in a high uncertainty avoidance society. So Indonesia people tend to avoid uncertain situation. They prefer to be reassured that the food they will consume is safe and lawful in Islamic law. Uncertainty in Malaysia people is best to avoid. This kind of problem should have been able to avoid by Samyang food, especially if they intended to expand their market in Malaysia. Since different customers have different ones based on their cultural background, therefore uncertainty avoidance in this case play a significant in the consumption of Samyang instant noodle. High uncertainty avoidance society in Malaysia leads Malaysian people to be on the side of potentially loyal customer, since they have the following indicator of high uncertainty avoidance: customer loyalty. Malaysian people loyalty to a certain product is shown by their strong preference over certain instant noodle brand such as Maggi and Mi Sedap. Both of the brand can obtain the trust of high uncertainty avoidance of Malaysian people. Trust is the most important thing in the high level of uncertain avoidance society. They will always seek trust and will return the trust with strong loyalty, even though there is a competitor which has the potential for changing their preference. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.